Hello Internet, Taliesin here, and welcome to the Taliesin and Evitel WoW Awards 2016, in which we take a look back at the winners and the losers, the highs and the lows of the World of Warcraft throughout the year, and then give them awards. And what does a WoW award look like? Yes, that's a good question, very important. Well, all of our lucky winners will be receiving these real-life trophies that we've had made especially for these awards. They were actually quite expensive. In fact, if you're one of our patrons, yeah, this is where all your money has gone. So thanks for that. And they were so expensive that we've had to not have as many categories as we were originally planning, which means we've had to cut biggest loser of the year from the show. So sorry if you were especially looking forward to that one, but the winner was going to be Warcraft Bible, obviously. So, right, let's get this shit over with. I mean, let's begin with our first category. Okay, go. Shit show of the year. And don't worry, they're not all like this one. It's fair to say that 2016 was a successful one overall for World of Warcraft. Legion was hailed as a big fat return to form for the franchise, and not like a Woody Allen return to form where his latest movie is called a success just because it's not To Roam With Love, but an actual genuine one. Legion is great, but even in 2016 it wasn't all blowjobs and strawberries for Blizzard, and the nominees for biggest shit show of the year are Nostalrius. Yes, the big legacy-shaped elephant in the room. Now, whatever your opinion on legacy servers, and I know there are lots of opinions, I personally don't give a shit either way, there's no denying that it is something that a lot of players and ex-players really want. And when Blizz shut down Nostalrius in April and then invited them for talks at Blizz HQ and then said nothing about Legacy at BlizzCon, well, even John Tron did a video about it, and he usually doesn't bother with videos these days unless they're being sponsored by mobile games, so you know it must be bad. The Legendary debacle. Apparently it's a prerequisite for competitive play that you have a BIS Legendary, but it's RNG as to which one you get, which is hilarious. Oh, and Sephuz's secret exists, which is a debacle in itself. Warlocks. It wouldn't be a launch without some serious class QQ, and Warlocks were the QQingest of them all, because when Legion launched, it caused Warlock players to quit the game in disgust because they couldn't do any damage, okay? Like, none at all. I mean, we had a Warlock in our guild who was always top 2 in DPS in Emerald Nightmare, but I guess that says more about our guild than anything, because they were shit official. And the winner is the Legendary debacle. Whatever I might think about the matter, it was definitely the biggest noise of the year, and one which is still going on now. Although, not for long, because I don't know if you've heard, but Sephuz's secret is getting buffed in 7.15, which should shut everyone up, like for good. Our next award is for Best Zone in Legion, and the nominations are Suramar. Now, I'm on record as saying that I think Suramar is one of the greatest things that ever happened to single-player World of Warcraft endgame, and I stand by it. I mean, look at this place. It's absolutely stunning.
Something's not quite right.
Oh, shut up, mate. I'm trying to be nice about you here. High Mountain. It's got mountains, and it's full of cows, and frankly, what more could you want? Apart from, obviously, flying, so you don't have to spend hours negotiating the fucker. Oh, and elevators that don't kill you more than any other enemy in the entire zone. I really hate those elevators. Val Shirar. Yeah, how to explain Druidland in a couple of sentences? How about everybody dies? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Pretty much everyone that you try to help or talk to in Pixieland ends up corrupted and dead, except Malfurion, annoyingly. And the winner is Val Shirar. Yes, I'm actually a bit surprised about this myself, but I think that as a leveling zone, Val Shirar is nigh on perfect. Yes, it's about as happy as Radiohead reading the obituary section from a Syrian newspaper, but it has a compelling, exciting story, and it leads you through that story expertly, culminating in that cinematic. And then a whole raid to get your own back. It's awesome stuff. Our next award is for the shittest order hall in Legion, and the nominations are Rogue. It's in the sewers where the poo goes. Everyone who takes a shit in Dalaran, that shit goes to the Rogue order hall. That's in the sewers, because it's in the sewers where the poo goes, and all of the cool secret doors in the world aren't going to change that. Druid. It's beautiful, obviously, but seriously, I have spent a good 20 minutes before now trying to find that stupid little sprout where you go to upgrade your artifact. It got so bad that I used to genuinely dread my artifact leveling up, knowing that I had to go back and spend 20 minutes trying to find this tiny, stupid little fucking sprout. I had to actually draw a map and put it by my monitor, and I still get lost. Fuck this place. Shaman. Because when all is said and done, the Shaman Order Hall is an order hall which can actually kill you. That's bad. And the winner is Shaman, obviously. An Order Hall is supposed to be a place of sanctuary, of safety. How am I supposed to hold off the Legion hordes if I'm lost at the bottom of the maelstrom? Your Order Hall should not be able to kill you. That's literally like rule 1. Nice minigame though. Our next award is for most heartbreaking death of the year. And let's be honest, there's plenty of choice here, no joke. Oh, and obviously this is still WoW, only otherwise there's a whole other chat that we need to have, okay? The nominations are Varian. Legion started as it meant to go on with the death of the Alliance leader, and even though we all knew it was coming, the manner of it was still horrifying and kind of set the bar for the rest of the expansion. A high bar, death bar, bar of death, horrible bar. Ysera. What the fuck? No way is Ysera dead. No way did we actually just kill Ysera. I mean, I just meant to stun her. You know, just knock the corruption out of her a bit. Oh, fuck, now I feel terrible. The Raven Bears. You know how it is. 1 minute you're running around helping the only slightly annoying Raven Bears get their offering together, and the next thing you know, you're joining in their dance. It's like, this quest is adorable, and then the dragon kills them. And again, it's kind of your fault. Have you ever stopped to think that actually maybe you're the problem in all of this? And the winner is Varian. That's cinematic, man. I mean, I was upset about Ysera, but this genuinely moved me. Just like everyone else, I knew Varian was going to die, but I was left physically shaken by this. I spent the next couple of hours in actual shock and more zoned out than if I'd just been on a coffee date with Bill Cosby. As an opening to the expansion, you really can't ask for a more meaningful start. It's jaw-dropping. Our next award is for WoW YouTuber of the Year, an award which, as you can imagine, is quite close to my heart. Now, obviously, all the actual best YouTubers are the ones that appeared on our Year in Review video. Haven and Hiramu Redex, Proper Bird, Tusker, Mr. Games Master Reviews, The Grumpy Warlock, and The Blue Recluse. But I don't want to be accused of favoritism in this video, so they're all disqualified. But they are actually the best. But from the best of the rest, we've got Belluar. Belluar established himself as the main go-to guy for Warcraft news in 2016, keeping us as up to date with events in WoW as it's possible to be without actually just reading about it ourselves, and I'm not doing that. His production values are just so slick and professional, and listening to his lovely Irish voice is just lovely, isn't it? It's like being read patch notes by Terry Wogan. Preach Gaming. Preach upped his game this year. Already one of the biggest WoW tubers around, and that's not a joke. He expanded, he hired staff for fuck's sake, and became probably the first and last stop for many people with regard to how to actually play this game. Oh, and he loves talking about dicks. That's not really relevant, but I mean, he really does talk about dicks quite a lot, you can't deny it. Kakio. Bit left field this choice, I know, and to be honest, despite how much I love Kakio anyway, and I do, his opinion videos are amongst the most stylish you're going to find. He's on this list really just for that one video, his rather awesome takedown of Warcraft Bible. Now, of course, we all knew that little twat was just reading out old internet articles as his own work. That was pretty obvious just by listening to it. But Kakio actually did the investigative work and proved it, causing a massive shitstorm in the process. And you might feel a bit sorry for Warcraft Bible at this point, since the whole affair made him eventually give up YouTube for good. But remember, Warcraft Bible responded with an apology video, which he monetized. Seriously, fuck that guy. It was a really good piece of actual journalism from Kakio and marked something a bit different in this year's nominations. And the winner is Preach. Like him or not, Preach has raised the bar in 2016 and is probably changing the WoW YouTubing game, if we're honest. He had his own PreachCon this year, for fuck's sake. I mean, we actually had a Taliesin and Evitel con this year too, but we didn't tell anyone else about it, so we didn't have to share the wine. Anyway, next year. NPC that you wish would die. Now don't laugh, because this is a really important category. How come Ysera died and these people didn't? How come Oro got turned into a petrified beef kebab, but this lot are still walking around being dicks? Fuck these guys. The nominations are Grom Hellscream. So let me get this straight. Grom spends a whole expansion trying to kill us so that he can go ahead and take over our planet whilst committing attempted genocide against the Draenei, but when we come across him at our mercy in Hellfire Citadel, instead of like totally killing him, we just let him go. And everyone's like, yeah, Grom! Just because he span around a bit near the final boss. Fuck that. Khadgar. Because, you know, He's a demon lord, and he keeps ordering you about. He just loves ordering you about. He loves ordering you about so much that he invented a magic floating ball that he could put his head inside so that he could order you about even more while he stands around in Dalaran doing even less work than usual. And he's not even the most annoying Khadgar that we had this year either. Nomi, I don't want to be rude about this, okay, but you are essentially just shit at your job, aren't you? You're like the dinosaur handler on Jurassic Park. You have one job to do, and you totally fucked it up at a time when we really, really needed you to not fuck it up, Nomi. For once, we needed you on your A game, Nomi, and you let us down. You let yourself down. You're a fucking liability, you big, lovable bear, you. And the winner is Grom. Now look, I know this should technically come under 2015, but I had to watch 2 whole planets inexplicably forgive someone who just tried to genocide them well into 2016, so he wins. He's the fucking worst. Our final WoW award for 2016 is the World of Warcraft Person of the Year. The most prestigious in what I think we'll all agree are some pretty prestigious awards, and our nominations are Ian Hazzikostas. Ian became the big boss of WoW this year, and also had the biggest win of the year with his pant-wettingly awesome BlizzCon What's Next presentation, where to an audience of people who were not expecting anything at all, he announced 7.15, 7.2 and the motherfucking Argus, which was pretty much the best mic drop moment of any BlizzCon that I can remember, really. But apart from his new job, Ian has really become the face of WoW anyway at this point, being a visible, eloquent, and clearly very passionate voice for this game that we all love. It's kind of impossible not to love him a bit too, isn't it? Terran Gregory. Terran and his team are behind the WoW cinematics, which in 2016 went from something cool that happens in-game every now and then to being a fundamental highlight of the WoW gaming experience. They just totally nailed it in Legion. Robert Kaczynski. It was so awesome for a lead actor in the Warcraft movie to have such an obvious and unabashed love for the game itself. Robert spent countless hours on the interview circuit for this movie and never missed an opportunity to talk about his time as a high-end raider, his own journey through the game, and his clear passion for all things Azeroth. Ogrim also had the best lines in the movie, but that's incidental. And the winner is Terran Gregory. The in-game cinematic team didn't so much raise the bar in 2016 as blow the actual roof off. From the very start of Legion and the Broken Shore, the contribution that has been made to the WoW experience by these mini masterpieces is incredible. I feel more invested in the story of the game now than I ever have, and a lot of the credit for that has to go to moments like this. And this, and this. It's just great, and I can't wait to see what they've got planned for 2017. The Tomb of Sargeras, and Argus, and of course then, the Old Gods. But that might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So congratulations, Terran Gregory. You are our World of Warcraft Person of the Year 2016. You can buy yourself a new pair of goggles. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Congratulations to all of our winners, and thank you for joining us today. You can keep up with us on Twitter and on Twitch, and if you subscribe, then I promise we will make more videos. An extra special massive thank you to our patrons who give their actual real-life money to help this channel happen. Guys, without you, these videos would be much, much rarer than they are. Thank you. They get their own special videos as well. Maybe you should check it out. From me, Taliesin, and from the faraway Evitel, thank you to everyone who has joined us throughout the year. And from both of us, here's hoping you have an amazing, WoW-filled 2017. Cheerio for now.